Welcome to the Gathering at the Cosmic Fire Summit 2025, answering the global call to be of service, heart to heart, hand to hand, soul to soul. We are all beings of light, finding our way in the world, seeking support, connection, and seeds of inspiration along the way. Over our 5 days together, honored healers, teachers, and thought leaders from the world of shamanism and earth-based traditions will uplift, inspire, and guide us to step more fully into our true purpose and onto our own unique path in answering the call to sacred service. Each one of us is a carrier of wisdom and medicine, and the potential for change and healing in our world. Together, in unity and service, we can illuminate the way forward for our human family today and for all of our relations in the generations to come. This gathering is brought to you by Shaman's Directory, a vibrant and growing nonprofit global platform dedicated to bringing shamanic earth-based services to the world's doorstep. Together, we are powerful medicine. I'm Tricia Bennett, one of your hosts at the Cosmic Fire, and I'm honored to welcome Wolf Martinez. Wolf, it's an honor to have you here.
It is an honor to be here with you. Thank you so much.
For those of you who do not know Wolf yet, I'd like to take a moment to let you know a little bit about him. Wolf Martinez has dedicated his life to doing what he can to learn, honor, care for, and live the wisdom of the ancient traditions of his ancestors. Traditions that guide us to remember and know that we are related to all that is in the web of life, to honor the 7 generations that came before so that we can honor the 7 generations yet to come in a humble and respectful way. This is also to know and trust in the creator of all that is and the love and beauty from which it all comes, including our humanity. In this way, he has found and is ever finding the desire to uplift and help the people however he is able. Wolf came to these ways at a young age, having lost his desire to live, and through these ways found a feeling of coming home, inside and out, knowing that he belongs as we all do. Wolf has been practicing body work, counsel, and other ancient healing modalities for 30 years, as well as offering ceremonies, circles, and retreats. These things and life itself are an endless dance and adventure of exploration and discovery. So, the topic for our conversation today is we are capable of so much more.
I woke up today with this remembering, that this knowing or hearing is, I guess, a better word. The message that I keep hearing over and over again from Spirit about the importance of really knowing our true self, knowing who we are in our core. And it is through that knowing of who we are that we wake up to more and more of our true potential, right? And how do we get to know our true self? For me, Mitakuye, those 2 words, those 2 Lakota words, have been an amazing path. Oftentimes, Mitakuye is translated to mean, all our relations. In the knowing that as we look to the west and the north and the east, and the south, and the above and the below, and call in those directions. We're related. And when I'm looking to the directions, I'm also admiring the beauty in each direction. And I'm aware that the beauty is admiring us, filling my heart. And I'm aware that, yeah, I'm related to these grandfathers, to these stone people, to the fire, to the water, to the wind, to the earth. We are all related, two-leggeds. Many races, one human family, one people, one mother, one father, one great spirit, which is an interesting thing to say, in the knowing that great spirit is many, many, many beings, all one. And it is through that awareness that we wake up to the knowing that we're all connected, right? And in my own personal journey, and as the elders have shared, everything is a reflection also. So it's not just looking out there more, it's about looking in here. If the universe is reflecting me to me, of reflecting us to us, as I look out in the world, I see a lot of people, especially in these times, really caught up in fear, in judgment, in disunity, in this country especially. I mean, I guess I can't really speak for the world, but it feels that way. So I look inside and see, where am I being judgmental with others and myself? Where am I in disunity? How am I perpetuating that disunity? How can I come into greater unity and oneness with all that is? That spark that created the universe, creation, creator, the source of life, that wanted to experience and see itself, because it is love. It is that divine love, that spark that was created from that love, created the entire web and the entire universe. And it's continually expanding, never ending, infinite. Wow. And I heard somebody recently say that they think there's actually more universes than just ours. And it's like, I mean, we can't grasp that fully. But if everything out there is a reflection of what's in here, as I move to make myself more human, as the elders have said, human beings are not born, human beings are made. And when we do these things, meaning ceremony and prayer and move to deepen in our relationship with all of nature, which is everything I just mentioned, but also the unseen world is part of nature, right? You can't separate spirit from nature. They're interwoven, they're one and the same. The stones, the fire, the water, the earth, the wind, the plants, the animals, the sun, the moon, the stars are beings that are alive. And that spark is in all. And so if there's somebody that I'm having a challenge with, I seek to remember that that spark is in there, right? That there's that creation, creator, great spirit is in all. And everything is presenting itself as an opportunity to grow and to know myself, my true self, not who I think I am. This is a lot about, you know, not being attached to identity, which I feel has been defined. One of the many ways to define ego is the attachment to identity, which has to do with the past. And spirit is about this moment here and now, and open to creation, to creating what is yet to come. One of my favorite things in life is visiting these ancient temples. Mayan temples all around Mexico is filled, with these ancient temples. Guatemala, Peru. Here in my home, New Mexico, we have ancient sites here. Chaco Canyon is being one of the more well known. But around the world, there are these temples, right? These pyramids, these ancient sites that continually baffle the Western mind, Western science, Western medicine. We did that. We humanity has created these temples that, according to Western science, don't seem possible. And I keep hearing in some of these documentaries that I've seen, without modern technology, they have created, these mounds, these temples, these sacred sites. Well, even with modern technology, we haven't done that. What was the connection that we had? What was the connection that we've forgotten? It's not gone. It's not gone. It's in our DNA. A connection with the energies of earth, a connection with the energies of the universe and the star beings, a deep relationship. And it is in that deep relationship, that approach, desire to be in deep relationship means healthy relationship, right? Means loving. We can't be in a deep relationship any other way. We've got to approach it with that heart, right? We've got to approach it with our humanity and our authenticity and our desire to give, to take care, to be the caregivers. As many of the stories of our original instructions reveal, our original instructions are to be the caregivers of Mother Earth, of the plants and the animals, of each other, and ourself, the water and the fire. Because those things don't need us to live. We'll We're dependent on them for life. Respect, humility. These are a couple of our codes of ethics. Courage, perseverance, sacrifice, fortitude, generosity, honor, wisdom, kindness, love. These are our codes of ethics in which we lived by. These are the laws that we lived by. And we didn't have police or prisons. We had respect. We had honor. We sought to be honorable and to honor others. So much that we have forgotten but not lost. And so I'm sharing these things because this has been the path that has helped me, and I've witnessed helps us to remember what is in our DNA and where we come from and who we are. We are all from Mother Earth. We are all from Father Son. We are all from that spark. We are all part of Great Spirit. It's all in here. Waking up to our true self, remembering who we truly are, our full potential. Wow. There is a remembering of our gifts, and that those gifts don't belong, right? Don't belong to me. The things I love to do and that make me feel alive, when we do those things, it has a ripple effect. I love to sing. I love to play music. I love to dance. I love to write. But if we don't share our gifts, it becomes stagnant. When we share our gifts, we're stepping into our joy, and that's the ripple effect, right? That's the beauty. In the four directions is in here. We are the creators. We come from that beauty. We came here to this incredibly beautiful place to create and share that beauty. And in this way, there's a remembering that, or a knowing, our life doesn't belong only to us. My life is not just mine. Or I might even say, my life isn't mine at all. Our gifts don't belong to us. Life is the gift. I was visiting one of my elders, and he was out of the room, and I was just sitting in the living room, and I was staring up at the corner, deep in thought. He walked into the room and he said, "What are you doing?" Shocked me. Nothing. He said, "Yeah, I saw you staring into the darkness, staring into the corner." He said, "Stop that. Don't ever do that. That's dangerous. Stay here. Don't go there. Do something else," is what he said. "Go sweep the street. Find something else to do. Don't stare into the corners. Dangerous. That road is dangerous." Very wise. Very wise. Mitakuyasan, the knowing that we are all related, all our relations, or some will say, all my relations, all our relations. If we're really seeking to be fully conscious of that, I mean, it is the foundation, I feel, of indigenous um, perspective and tradition. It is the foundation. If we're really seeking to fully embrace and understand that, it's a never ending path. And in that seeking, there's no space for, or maybe I should say it this way, the space for indulging, you know, the me mind, getting lost in only thinking about ourself. That causes so much of our pain and suffering. So if we're only thinking about ourselves, how can we be happy? We're separating ourselves from all that is and from that web of life. And my elders would say, a young warrior's worst enemy is that me mind. And also, you know, one of my elders would say, young warrior's worst enemy is their lips, meaning our words. And if we come to realize how we're using our words and causing our own suffering, then we have to realize that we can use our words to create our own freedom and joy, that we can create our unity. We can create not only I wouldn't say that we can create with our words. We do create light or shadow, expansion or contraction, more love or more fear. And this is a subject that I've also been really listening to the old ones, love and fear, light and shadow, expansion, contraction, male, female, the list goes on. It feels that there is much evidence that we live in a dual reality. But yet the masters, through millennia, have also talked about non-dual reality. And as we move to be in healthy relationship with all that is, that includes, right, the shadow, the day, the night, the hot, the cold, the male, the female, the love and fear. Be in healthy relationship with all that is, the higher self, the humanity. And in moving to embrace, make myself more human and love my humanity, as we move to do that, it awakens. It is through that way that we are able to awaken and realize more and more what lies in the core of our being, the center of our being. Some would say our higher self, our soul. But in moving to be in healthy relationship, befriending, moving to be friends, make friends with all that is. As my teachers would say, you go out there to go sit out there on the hill for 4 days and 4 nights without food and water. No matter what comes up, you make friends with it. Make friends with it. Whatever happens in that inipi, in that sweat lodge, make friends with it. Whatever happens in that dance, make friends with it. And it is through that we enter into a realization of more and more this non-dual reality, that the light and the dark are working together. There's no battle. There's no fight. Some people talk about this light at the end of the tunnel. That's where we come from. That light is the embodiment of divine, unconditional love. There is no judgment there. There's no fear there. This is what we are made of. Yet the dark is necessary for our transformation. Maybe this is why we come to this dimension, this earthly dimension, to experience the dark so our soul, our spirit can evolve and come even closer and closer to the source. I want to talk about Shaman's Directory. When I first heard of Shaman's Directory and you, Trish, of course, at first I was like, what is that? Shaman's Directory. I'm so leery of labels. But, I also, I have felt for so long that we need to come together. We must come together. Indigenous people, north, south, east, west. And I see judgment. I see separation, even in this world of indigenous peoples, medicine peoples. It's always been hard for me to understand, We're all saying Mitakuye, we're all talking to the same source. We're all moving, seeking to move in the same direction. But together, we are stronger. And medicine people need medicine too. I mean, we're all people. Medicine people. Just take the medicine part out of it. We're all people.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
We must come together. I don't know. I've felt that for years. Let's just come together and put our judgments aside and support one another and love one another and help one another. And, when you see somebody doing something that doesn't feel good, let's not turn our back, Let's share. Let's talk to one another. Let's support one another. Let's ask questions. We could learn so much more if we just asked questions and shared the teachings that we have received. And so, I've had that cry for a long time. And as I looked into, what is shaman's directory, I was like, oh, is this an answer to that prayer and other prayers in bringing out the wisdom of the ancients, bringing the wisdom of the ancestors, bringing the wisdom of Mother Earth, and making it that much more accessible to the whole, which in my experience, I see the people really hungry and really crying, really lonely, and so often not even knowing what they're hungry for. I feel that Shaman's Directory is an answer to that prayer. And, we all just need to get over ourselves and come together. Home and Takwiasa.
Hmm. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's definitely our prayer. And one of the things we say, and we sort of joke about it, but we're actually very serious, is if the medicine people of this planet can't come together, we're all in trouble. And we do need to come together, and this is the time to do it. And it's a gift, Wolf, to have you be a very active, dedicated member of the directory. It's
Oh,
a
thank you so much.
just from what you were speaking about, I just want to say that I feel like that is one of the main differences between indigenous and non-indigenous worldviews, is the difference between I belong to everything and I belong to myself. It's a beautiful way to think about life, that I am related to everything and that I have something to give to everything. What can I give to everything instead of what is there for me to receive and take? Yeah, it's a huge difference.
That's that colonization. What can I get?
Hmm.
Mother Earth is not a commodity. She's a mother. She's our mother.
Hmm.
The plants and the animals, they have consciousness. They have spirit. They are alive. They're our relatives. They're our ancestors. They're being bred as commodity.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love this story I heard a long time ago. I don't know where it came from, but I heard a story that, when the white man first got here, they brought the cow, and we ate the buffalo, right? The buffalo walked into the storm, walked toward the storm, walked through the storm. The great strength and perseverance and courage and meeting it head on. That's good food. That's good food. But also, the buffalo gave us so much more than just, nurturing our physical body, but nurturing our entire being, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Gave us home and clothing and tools and so on and so forth. But then I heard this story that, they witnessed, the people here witnessed the cow running away from the storm. So that speaks to an awareness of the spirit, right? The spirit and the energy in everything. And and what is going to nurture and sustain not just our physical body. It's not just about filling our belly, right? But also nurture our spirit. But in order to do that, including with the plants, there's a time to harvest plants in accordance with nature. But we have to give, right? We make offerings, we do dances, we do ceremony, we do elaborate prayers to offer our gratitude to these ones that sacrifice their life so that we can live. Every bite, something died. Someone died. And this, also requires us to, not take anything or anyone for granted. And anyone, the water is alive. I mean, talk about life-giving. I was about to use the word sacred, but that word didn't exist in our original language. The fire, the water, the wind, the earth. We can't live without these things, right? The plants, the animals, the stones. Life-giving. The water. We are made of that water. We have that fire in us too. We have that wind, that breath of life, the earth. We have the stars in us. We are part of all of it. So seeking to be in healthy relationship with all that is, all that is. And, there have been times, there was a long time, I should say, to be honest, there was a long time that looking inside, yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like what I saw. But I didn't really know how to look inside in a good way. There was a lot of pain, a lot of, yeah, I didn't talk to myself very good. That's one of the things that we learn, to be in healthy relationship. We have to use our words wisely. Generously, kindly, lovingly, humbly, respectfully. I give thanks for those codes of ethics because the relationship is not just out there. Always. We say metakwiasin, when we're addressing the people. And when we have finished addressing the people, we say metakwiasin. Sometimes we say praying, That's another word that really didn't exist in our original language. My elders would say, "Go talk to that tree is trying to talk to you. You're not listening. Go tell that tree that you're there to listen." The fire, the water, the earth, the stones, the ancestors. You want to be in healthy relationship. Means relationship, relate, to communicate. But we have two ears and one mouth. We have to listen, 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 and listen inside so that we know what to say from our heart. from that authentic place. You can't be in relationship unless you talk to them, instead of, I've done this. You've ever gotten upset, that person that you care about and that you love, and oh, they haven't called in a long time, and oh, you know why do they call me, and blah blah blah. If you're missing somebody, call them, tell them. Don't get caught up in the me mind. Reach out. Not everyone's, unfortunately, I don't know. Fortunately, unfortunately, maybe that's a judgment. But sometimes people aren't available to receive our love. And they're so caught up in their life and their busyness and their stories, in their hurt or judgments. What do we do? Love anyway. Don't have to be, in connection. We don't have to be in communication. Now, oftentimes in this society, people have become so separated from their own families, and just spinning the story over and over for years, spinning the story. Oh no, I haven't talked to them in years. Oh, but you're constantly talking to them, constantly talking to them, and probably not saying good things. I just pray that we um, are able to look at one another in the knowing that creation, creator is in all, and everything is there to help us grow in some way. And that we can put down our judgments and give our heart, and through that receive the blessing. Home talk miyasan.
Thank you, Wolf.
Oh, I mean, full potential.
Yeah. Yeah. Our summit this year is about community, about creating community, and about being of service. And everything you just spoke about is about both of those things. It's about being in community, being in communication, being in connection, taking responsibility for being in communication and connection. And I loved also what you said. It's sort of like that as above, so below, as without, so within. That everything outside of us is also inside of us, and everything that we interact with is also part of us. Yeah, we are capable of so much more. Yeah, always.
I mean, we could go on and on about this subject. Right now I'm thinking about my Mexican friends, our Mexican illegal immigrants, as if a human being is illegal. Like um, I found myself, I travel a bit, and when traveling internationally, and you know, I, I have found myself not wanting to say I'm from the United States,
Hmm.
but that I am from Turtle Island. I love this land where I live. The United States is an idea. It's not the land, it's an idea.
Hmm.
So, are we in a time where the system is collapsing? Are we in a time where the system is being recreated? The prophecies reveal that yes, we are in a time, approaching a time, and in a time where the institutions and the structures must fall, must collapse, must be recreated through love. And I know together we can do that. We don't need to destroy it. But maybe we do. There's a path of fear and destruction, there's a path of love and creativity. May we all choose wisely.
Oh,
Oh, Mitakuyasin. There you go.
agreed. Yeah. Well, I just want to thank you again, Wolf. It's
Thank you so
always
much.
it's always a gift and a pleasure. And I will wrap up our time together by saying that we want our summit audience to know about any upcoming offerings that you have. Is there anything that you'd like people to know about that's coming up in the new year?
If somebody wants to get in touch, we can create something together. Um, I'm more than happy to create something with you. If you want to come here and and participate in ceremony, you want me to go there and do something with you in your community, we can create something together.
So if you would like to contact Wolf for an in-person or online session, or to set up a ceremony or a visit with him, he would be happy to hear from anyone who would like to do that.
Oh, beautiful. I would like to say in closing to each and every one here listening, to you, Trish, Wopila, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you with all my heart. Ho mitakwiasan.
And I also want to say that Wolf has offered a gift to everyone, which is a recording that he did called Entering the Time of Unity. And it speaks a lot to what Wolf has just shared with us today. So if you'd like to learn more from Wolf and hear more from Wolf, please make sure to scroll down under this interview to claim your gift and see all the links where you can find and contact and follow Wolf. Thank you again, Wolf, from myself and all of us at Shaman's Directory, and to everyone who's participating with us today. I want to thank you for taking time to be here with us to receive the wisdom and inspiration that Wolf has shared with us today. And we hope that you will join us for our next interviews around the cosmic fire.
Oh.